The law of forgiveness simply says that you are mentally healthy to the degree to which you can freely forgive and forget grievances against you. Is the single most important determinant of whether or not you are a fully integrated, fully functioning adult human being. Because the tendency to blame and to hold grudges is a childlike, pathological tendency that is possessed by all people who are mentally ill. Now, you accept that as true, there's 4 people that you have to forgive. Number 1 is forgive your parents. Most of our research shows that almost all of our adult problems trace back to being unwilling or unable to forgive our parents for something that they did that hurt us. Number 2 is forgive others. Forgive everyone else. Forgive everyone who has ever hurt you in any way for anything. Just let it go. Now, some people say, well, I can't forgive that person because what a terrible thing they did to me. Remember this, that forgiveness is perfectly selfish. Forgiveness has nothing whatever to do with the other person. It has only to do with your peace of mind and with your assuring your own mental integrity. Number 3, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for every wicked, senseless, brainless, foolish, stupid thing you ever did. Because every single person has done wicked, senseless, brainless, foolish, ridiculous things. But forgive yourself 100%. The last part of this is if you have done something to hurt someone else, go and apologize. It's amazing how many lives are ruined year after year by people who do not have the intestinal fortitude, the guts, the courage to go and say, I'm sorry.
Hey, what's up? What's up? How are y'all doing? Y'all doing good? I'm doing pretty good. Not even gonna lie. I haven't talked to the sun or the moon in quite some time now. I should be ashamed of myself. Yes, I should. But that's going to change real soon. That's most definitely going to change. But I hope you're talking to Mogo, because remember, it listens. To some, they call it Mother Earth. Maybe a female. But I just call it it. One thing I want to talk about. People that get to a certain stage on retention, and then they feel like they can speak on retention like they know it all, like they have reached the ultimate level on retention. They'll find out about they'll find out about this practice, right? Come on, SI. They will find out about this practice, right? And practice the practice. And then I guess get to a certain point and then act like they just know it all. And I would tell you right there, right then and there, that's where you fail. Right there. For one that practice retention, I know it could be exciting because I even talked about it before. But I know it could be exciting to talk about the benefits, the glow, and so on and so forth. There's people that have entire channels about talking about female attraction, the glow, this, that. Oh, this girl looked at me. Oh, this guy respected me. All that, right? And still will watch other YouTubers, some that know it all, like my boy, the Shaved Lion King, Spiritual Renaissance, my boy Dante, these real ones, the real ones, ancient archives. And still, the message that these retainers is putting out in the open, out in the universe, these young bucks, low level spirits still think they know it all. How can you watch any of those channels, any of those people like I just named, and speak out of your like you know it all? That's one thing I like about SR, because it exposes who's claiming to be on SR. That's one thing I like about seed retention, because the one that actually practice it know the levels that they got to, knows what really actually happens to you. And they're not about to be talking about female attraction. That's going to come and that's going to go very quickly. Let alone going deep on why you even retain in the first place. The whole purpose of retaining your energy in the first place. It don't have nothing to do with this surface level bull. Nothing. And I still most definitely see channels still talking about female attraction. How? I have no clue. You will never see the eye in the sky. Ever. You know why? You're still stuck on curse words. You can't even, you haven't even reached your throat chakra. Comedy. Comedy. Hey, I know there are some people that be possessed that's in this social media thing. One, like Rakai, him. That little guy, well, he's not little. He's a teen. Fits to be I don't really don't know how old he is. I'm not even on front. But there's something most definitely over that dude for sure. And I know the ones that control these people, they get to the youth. They get to the youth. Any means possible. Any means necessary. Check this clip out.
Actually, look, this is a crazy question, but like 100 million per back shot, how much you taking?
From like a nigga dick?
Yeah.
You said how many?
100 mil per back shot.
So if a nigga fucking my ass, 100 million, like
you get 100 million every.
From a nigga or what?
From a nigga, yeah. How much you taking?
Probably do like at least 10 times, 10 strokes. And then I became a billionaire, you know what I'm saying? But that's bad money though. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, they gonna have to find a way to get that nigga out of me. You fucking.
And there's people, young people, a lot of young people that watch these streamers saying things like that. I understand how the youth is so messed up. Watching stuff like that, being, ran through your ear. Oh, hearing that pissed me off. As a male, hearing that boiled my soul. It's worse than I thought out there. It's worse than I thought out there. It's scary out there, let alone getting a from a person. How y'all say? Diabolical. Oh man. Oh man. To see these people front on this thing called a camera, you know who's telling the truth and who's not. Most definitely. Hey, one thing I want to tell y'all, I don't know how this ability came among me. I don't know, but I am getting the ability to spot witches very easily. I don't know where it come from. I'm not on no high streak. I'm only on, to be honest with y'all, I'm only on 2 days right now. I just started my SR journey because I was having a rocky first start of the year, of this fake year. One may say, why do you say fake year? Because it's not the real New Year's. That's why. Give it to him, Rico.
Share a shocking secret with you. One of the main reasons why we're not aligned with nature anymore or our cosmos is our calendar. The Gregorian calendar that we all live by was created by Pope Gregory XIII in 1582 to make people remember when to pay taxes. So the intention of this calendar was not to track time and to understand nature's cycles, but to make people work. So the problem here is not just this intention, but also the distortion of this calendar. Let me explain it to you. It is sectioned into 12 uneven months that don't even make sense at all. And I'm not just talking about the numbers of days that don't make sense, which they don't, but also the names of the month that don't make sense. For example, March is named after the god of war. Why? July and August were named after Julius and Augustus Caesar. Okay, so this is about power. But the weirdest thing is that the numbers of the months are not coherent with their names. So, septem means 7 in Latin, but September is our 9th month, right? Octo means 8, but October is our 10th month. Noven means 9, but it's the 11th month. Decem means 10. So yes, everything is very distorted. We are living in an artificial system, and by living in this artificial system, 12 uneven months ruled by a 60-minute clock, we have been trapped in the 1260 frequency, where time is about money. So there's no wonder why we always feel rushed, why we always feel disconnected, and like we never have enough time. Our system wired us to thinking that time should be used to be efficient and productive. That's what creates the stress that we're all in. In the nature of our planet, time cycles exist. There's nothing that needs to be achieved. So why are we living against nature? And what can we do about this? There is a natural system that has been used by many ancient civilizations that observed the movement of nature and the cosmos. And this is the 13 moon synchrometer. This natural calendar corresponds to the rising of the star Sirius and the 13 orbits of the moon around the earth. So this calendar has 13 months with each 28 perfect days. So it is mathematically harmonic and coherent. This was the calendar of Thoth in ancient Egypt. This was the original Druid calendar, and the Indian Pachakuti used it for 5,000 years. Other cultures like Polynesians, Native Americans, the Chinese lived in natural time. So when I found out that we're living in a distorted time system, I began to live according to the 13 moon synchrometer. And since then, time is no longer a race. Every day has its own rhythm, its own energy, its own meaning. I can sense the patterns of the cosmos that are guiding my life. We have been living in masculine time for 2,000 years. And this is why we're out of tune with nature. And the reason for that is Julius Caesar. So Julius Caesar created the Julian calendar in 46 BCE, and his calendar was based on solar measurements. So it is connected to the rising and setting of the sun, which is the masculine measurement of time. And by that, he completely erased what was there before, which was measuring time in the lunar cycles. So that is the feminine system. So by creating that calendar, he erased the feminine from human consciousness. He didn't just change dates and months and numbers and distorted them. This is another topic, but he changed human consciousness. By forcing the world to follow a purely solar system, he locked us into a reality that worships productivity over intuition and worships doing over being. The moon is the teacher of rhythm, of rest, of rebirth, of fertility, of intuition, of creativity. And all of that was pushed into the shadows. Also, religion played a big role in that, since they declared that the moon is something evil and everyone who lived according to the moon was the devil. The sun was seen as the god. So the problem here is that the sun gives structure, yes, but the moon gives meaning. And that is why we don't find meaning in our lives anymore. We have learned how to function and we have forgotten how to feel. What most people don't realize is that before there was the patriarchy, there was the matriarchy in ancient civilizations. Women were empowered. Cultures were rooted in cycles, in the earth's wisdom. The feminine was the foundation of life. But then the pendulum swung and the patriarchy took over with structure, logic, hierarchy, and control. So we must observe that we lived in both of the extremes. And now the universe is calling us into our next evolution, which is integration. Not to return to the old ways, and also not a rejection of the modern world, but a merging of both, living according to the sun and according to the moon, the masculine and the feminine, harmony. Because humanity is not meant to live just by one polarity. We are meant to be the bridge between them. Many people say that time is an illusion and that's why the clock doesn't matter at all. That is not quite true. Linear time is an illusion. Actual time happens in spirals. We see that in the cycles of nature, the seasons, the tides, the menstrual cycle, and so on. So what happens when we set the clock back? It's not that we just get 1 hour of extra sleep. No. Millions of people are forced into sudden time shifts. So what does that mean? The circadian clocks, the tiny molecular oscillators in every cell, are thrown out of phase. You can picture humanity as this giant field of vibrating rhythms, and normally that field is vibrating with a pattern that is shaped by daylight, by darkness, and shared social timing, even if the time that we're living in is artificial, but it's shared. So when the clocks jump, billions of microfrequencies lose coherence for a moment. So the field becomes noisy. People get more reactive, less intuitive, more easily pulled into conflict or fatigue. And this is not a conspiracy. This is simple physics and biology. Every organism on Earth entrains to cycles of light and dark. So sudden shifts break the entrainment. So when coherence drops within a human being, compassion and clarity drop with it too. You know, the original justification to change time in winter was saving energy by extra light during the day. But that justification doesn't hold up anymore because modern studies show how tiny and mixed those energy savings are. When we move millions of bodies out of sync overnight, we create a global jet lag that influences the collective consciousness. It creates a wave of dissonance. So what you can do during this shift is expose your eyes to natural morning light for at least 10 minutes after waking up. Also to ground yourself, bare feet on the earth, slow breathing, to re-entrain your internal rhythm to the planet's rhythm. Earth's heartbeat wants to become coherent with humanity's heartbeat. So we want to find one shared rhythm again. And those time changes that are artificial are completely blocking that flow. If you're interested in living in natural time every day and attuning to the energies, feel more than welcome to join my Galactic Time community. The link to that is in my bio. Thank you for listening.
Like I said, I'm done. I have done my investigations today. I have set my clock 2 hours ahead because I'm not finna keep playing with them. They say it's 5:20. The clock is saying 5:20 right now. It don't look like it's 5:20. It look more like it's 7:20. So that's what it's gonna be. So the steps I'm deciding to take with myself as far as getting my rhythm to nature connected and aligned within myself, I have changed my clock literally 2 hours later to wherever I'm at, and it actually makes sense. It actually looks like whatever time that is on this phone. It doesn't really mean nothing to me, but it's just, it gives my brain and my mind out of what has been changed and what has been flipped. My concept in my personal life right now is not to rush. It's not to literally always trying to get to the next moment to get so many things done throughout the day and blah, blah, blah. It's me actually being in tune and feeling my emotions, feeling my body, and moving accordingly to what I need to feel. But there needs to be a reset process. So I'm going to put myself on a specific quote unquote time to wake up every single day and to feel sleepy and to go to bed. And I'm going to focus on observing myself and aligning myself with that space. Also having goals as well. But I'm not letting whatever the hell is going on interfere with my time here, my existence in this plane. Okay, so if you made it this far in the video, I just want to say thank you for watching, and I hope that you have a good rest of your day. I hope that this provided you a different perspective when it comes down to time. Whatever you're experiencing in your body, where you feel off, where you feel like it just things are all shaky and weird, it's because there's a lot of disharmonies happening and shocks that's happening within your system that is just like throwing you all the way off. And I just wanted to provide some type of like clarity. Anyways, thank you for watching. I'm gonna see you on the next video, and live. This is your life, your time. Time is working through you. You are time. Nothing moves, nothing changes without you. So
Yup, that's why. Ooh. But in this man-made calendar, it's the one I'm talking about. But I've been having a rocky start in this man-made year. But I'm back focused. Lust, sex, will always be the fall of man. If you can't control that and get out of that red chakra, then it's grass. One channel may be completely dedicated to relationships, and they can get views, just like the fakes that act like they do SR just to get views. And I have seen a lot of channels blow up off of just talking about SR. And good for them. I don't hate on no one. Good for them. I would never hate on the next being. But it's easy to see, it's easy to tell that they're not real retainers at all. Because your soul naturally changes when you're on SR. That I do know. That I do know for a fact. The fact that you even worrying about having a relationship with a woman shows you're not on your purpose. Simple as that. Just that simple. One that's putting their attention, that's putting even 50% of their attention towards a woman, is not on their purpose at all. Because at some point during that week, during that month, they are being drained for sure. Because the female naturally wants it. And the guy is going to fold like a lawn chair and give it to them. Now ain't that something? But for whatever reason, I'm having this ability to spot witches. How? Why? I don't know. Maybe it's my ancestors that have given me this gift. But I can spot them very easily. Very easy. I can spot witches very easily. I thought I would be able to have an ability like this on like maybe 4 months, 6 months of being on SR, but no. I'm only on 2 days. I'm only got 2 days behind me on this. I'm freshly started on SR. Fresh start. So if you do want to follow me on this journey, I don't even know when I'm going to fold. Because guess what? Folding is not an option. Because every time you relapse, it's a lesson. A lot of guys like to beat themselves up over a relapse because they're mentally weak. And then after that relapse, they try to hurry up and get back on track. They don't even know how to naturally let themselves get back on track. Or they try to withstand something that's not there anymore. Because they don't know. But if you have been holding and you let it go, oh, most definitely, what you're enjoying is out of there. It's gone. It is gone. But trust me, this matrix and those Agent Smiths, those females in those red dresses is going to walk past you. And you're going to see that nice body. You're going to see that pretty face. And that lust is going to reel you in. But you better fight it, because you're going to get judged. You better make your heart as light as a feather. You better detach yourself from all this materialistic stuff. Money. The job you work. The materialistic things that you're attached to. Because when you have to give your rented body back, you're going to get judged for everything that you have done down here. But while you're in this body and you're still doing the low vibrational things that you're doing, you will never, ever see the eye in the sky. Ever. You will never get there. Because you don't even understand the practice that you're even doing. I knew there was more to this thing called retention. I knew it was. But I really didn't know for sure until I got deep in it, until I actually retained, relapsed, retained, relapsed, retained, relapsed. I was relapsing for a reason and didn't even know. Didn't even know. Was something sent into my life to distract me? Yes. But my mindset is so strong. I have learned from every single one. Yes, I have. Things happen for a reason, to teach you. If you're not learning from the actions that you're doing while you're in this reality, then I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, my friend. And you females, the more you open your legs to that low vibration Kumar male that you think actually care about you, you're going to get judged as well. You're going to get judged as well. Because you don't appreciate the vessel. You don't appreciate that hole that's between your legs. Because you have let him run in you because he have a good job. You have let him run in you because he have money. You have let him run in you because he own some material item and you have ghosted and abandoned the one that actually loved you for you. But, hey, that's your journey. That's your judgment. While we're over here focusing and watching over the woman that's over here close to us. Yeah, we're doing that. Even got a spirit attached to something that's on my wall. You see it? You see that? There's a spirit attached to that. And I'm pretty sure you know what spirit it is. But stay in the shadows. I hope this reality is giving y'all everything y'all deserve. You stay focused on what you're doing. Always keep a high vibration. Ladies, the real ladies, not the ladies. Keep your legs closed because there's nothing but coomer males out here that just want to suck you of your energy. And the high vibration males, you already know what to do. This your boy, SI. Rate, comment, and sub, and hit that like button for me, because it don't cost you anything. It don't cost you anything. Because I do have a lot that watch me and never like to hit that like button. Ain't that something? That's something, right? That's something. They will view you. They will monitor you, but don't support you. What a shame. But I'll catch you guys in the next one. I love you guys. I'm out. Peace.